According to the carvings on this monolith, the Vaitaku Fortress was literally built on folklore and mythology. If we can make it to the center and taste the fruit of the fabled tree, perhaps we can confirm that indeed the touch of the gods has graced this world with some kind of magic. In order to do that, we're going to have to fight our way through many, many more armed guards. Switching weapons while on a ladder can save you an animation. And efficiency always comes in handy when you're this outnumbered. I always make sure to kill that second archer when he's behind the pillar where no one can see him. It does indeed make an impact. A lot of vigilant watchmen down in the lower level. Definitely going to want to gear up before we try to take them on. Some much needed supplies stashed back in this corner. Was previously guarded by this patrolling archer who gave away our position earlier. Here's right where we left off before story time. Yet another hornblower. Keeping an eye out for us. And you won't be too surprised to find out that the snow baboon is functionally identical to the boar. He'll be an unwitting ally of ours throughout this level. And the cry of distant hunters was the last thing that guard ever heard. We get to continue living and play with the monkey. We saw two guards right around this corner, which finally gives us the ideal opportunity to try out our new mechanic. Those are the falling stealth kills, so called by the game. They're functionally identical to basically all the other stealth kills. It's merely Rao's means of taking advantage of this man-made structure that isn't yet completely decrepit. That's our only new mechanic, so the rest of this is going to be making clever use of all the skills Rao has previously mastered. On rare occasions, the best tactic is going to be patience. While we're waiting for this guy to return to us, we can use Kuzo to scope out the area, see how things are so elaborately designed. So this fortress did indeed have a higher purpose, but it's well past its prime, we can see. That's my personal favorite of all the wall kills. I especially love that the third strike is very meaty now that all the crunch of the bones is gone. I recall seeing another guard passing by this area. We're just in time. I noticed that the symbol on the armored guards' banners is the silhouette of a tree. This is a nice, simple configuration. Sort of thing we became very used to in Hayadoko. Should be right around the time that they're distracted. I've determined that one of the reasons there's no special animations for doing double stealth kills is that it's possible to screw up the input after you've killed the first guy, but before you've killed the second. And they wanted to leave room for that. Surely they could have made a mechanic that incorporated that possibility, but alas. These stairs here always make me very paranoid, because there's very little useless space in the previous levels. But here, they're happy to take a brief moment to add to the sheer scope of this fortress. It's very easy to be lulled into a false sense of security by that area, and then stumble right into that guard. I like that those are spears lined up against the wall for Kuzo to perch on. Moving on to some elite elimination tactics. And if we check our challenges, couple more roof stealth kills and we'll be doing pretty good. The game uses two different names for them for some reason. Now those wordy ones, those can be a nightmare. The first two I can handle pretty well, but they all involve doing specific animations during combat. The latter two are much harder to control than they ought to be. We'll certainly be seeing them eventually, though. There's an alternate path up ahead, but back here is where we truly want to go. Taking him out eliminates one of the many, many enemies in here that we won't have an opportunity to stealth kill. Just thin their numbers slightly. Fail to thin them slightly more. Our final recourse is brute force. There's in fact a few more than I expected. But it's our chance to start working on those challenges. I honestly thought I had the one there, where I struck the guy with the square on his head. But for some reason, I got the one that requires us to strike an enemy immediately behind us and then turn and continue fighting them. That just requires they be focused upon and immediately behind Rao. Then you tap their button twice. Challenge completed. That's one of the two I can do consistently. The other one that I can do consistently also involves backstrikes. There it is now. Even though the strike itself missed, it was to strike an enemy behind Rao, and then continue facing the enemy you were fighting previously. Now I have no idea why that counted as a challenge, but the text of that challenge is to strike an enemy immediately to Rao's right, then continue striking that enemy. Working on these challenges has depleted my health considerably, since I have not been fighting very efficiently. But it's almost over, and there is a health refill right in the center of this room. Along with another group of enemies. We're still short one challenge, but I'm about frustrated with working on those. Time for some good old hack and slash, which is hindered by all the wood and walls. While he's scared, go for an easy kill. I actually shot him in the leg, but his health was low enough. Then offer him the small mercy of death. Just a bit of trouble navigating that ladder. I actually once got caught behind this ladder. For some reason, switching weapons is what broke me free of that death trap. Another health refill right here, but I'm going to avoid it for now. Our path ahead is by a wide margin the deadliest we've walked yet. The patrolling archers with such excellent vantage points going to prove very difficult to work around when there's also hornblowers on the ground. The fact that we have to get dangerously close to him before we can take a clean shot just compounds the difficulty. Missed the headshot a few times, but staggered him enough that he didn't get a chance to retaliate, because his retaliation is very noisy and will activate the hornblower. But that went well. If we had failed, we would have gotten a hell of a lot of armored opponents on our side. Now these hallways are obscenely narrow. Very, very difficult to get off a combo without getting interrupted by striking the wall. Absolutely want to take advantage of every opportunity to impale a downed enemy, because you can't do it on command. The sweeping attacks that will put an enemy on the ground are so wide that most of the time they'll be interrupted by walls. Otherwise, you'll have to break off all their armor, fight in the old-fashioned way. If you happen to screw up and summon that large mass of enemies, it is another opportunity to work on the challenges. But certainly not an ideal opportunity, since controlling the animations is hard enough to begin with, without walls interrupting you. Two more archers, and they're close enough that we're just going to have to step in their line of fire, try to win the quick draw. Nope. These two, luckily, will focus on killing you, and if you step out of their sight, they'll blow a horn. This is our opportunity to redeem ourselves, prevent another ambush. This time we should have safe passage. It's interesting that Rao and Kuzo see different perches. This we can handle. And this path has led us to the Tuku. Just a lot of extra challenge for a hopefully worthy prize. We still don't know what getting them all is going to award us. Had to jump at the opportunity to kill him. Thankfully, it didn't alert anyone else in the courtyard. I can't even tell with all the pickups in the way if that was fatal or not. But his failure to react should have told us all we needed to know. This guy's got to stop somewhere. We appreciate your compliance, good sir. Now, looks like the coast is clear. Let's see what we can glean from this artwork.
When the mark of Kree was first discovered, the families that bore it were persecuted. People began to fear the markings for what they could bring. Many people were killed before it was realized that the malediction would not end. When someone with a mark dies, the next born in the family line continues the curse.
It's not really new information, but it's good to know that the word is getting out. We're as healthy as we've ever been, which is good, because we've been spotted. Now, who the hell blew that horn? Still don't see anyone. No one's responding to that. I guess that's the guy. But he's just kind of uselessly pressing his face under the wall. No one seems to be arriving for backup. This is a good time to take a break, rest up for the confrontations ahead. But this guy's starting to irk me. We're not leaving till he breathes no more. Yeah, that's what you get for having a precognitive ability to know that we're coming. That's actually kind of a nice jacket. With some alterations, I think it could fit around nicely. So since we're going on break anyway, I think I'll get to work on some tailoring.